Welcome back, everybody, to Season 7 of the Miami Marlins franchise. We are approaching the All-Star break, the MLB draft, and sit at 47-25. I'm not sure we've ever had a better team than the one we have right now. Hank Holder has been on a tear after being Player of the Month in May. By the way, in the American League, Player of the Month was our old catcher, Agustin Ramirez. But we have some core objectives today. First, I want to see how many of our players we can get to the All-Star game. Many are within reach. But we also have to see if by the trade deadline on July 31st, if there's anything we need to do to this team. And the big concern right now is with closer Cole Sands. He has been a big part of this series each of the last few years. But this year it feels like the regression has really taken over. The ERA is ballooning. The home runs are officially out of control. He's given up 5 homers over his last 10 innings. And he's done this while still leading the league in saves. He has the worst FIP on the roster right now and is a negative WAR player. This could get a whole lot worse if we don't do something about it. And so I am going to be demoting Cole Sands because this is just not sustainable. He's going to blow a lot more saves. He's already given up 9 homers in 32 innings. 9 homers given up is already the second most in his entire career. And out of everybody we have right now, considering the form everybody is in, I want to see Kris Bubic get the chance to show he can close games. His pitching clutch is 65, which is a little bit lower than you'd like, but all the other ratings are pretty solid. He's not giving up many home runs. He is picking up a lot of strikeouts, and I think it's worth seeing if he can handle this job. Otherwise, we may have to look for a trade. And at the end of last episode, we got to see a player we could look to if things don't work out. As the Rockies have Joan Duran, and he's not even closing games for them. They've been using Christian Scott instead. So we got to face Duran twice in non-save situations. But if we're going to make a move, it's not going to be until we're a lot closer to the deadline. I first need to see what happens with Kris Bubic. Maybe there's a better player worth trading if things don't work out. You have to keep in mind that we could still have an injury that forces us to add a player that might be even more important than a closer. So I'm going to take this all the way to July and sure hope that we can fix this problem in-house. If not Kris Bubic, I'd probably give George Soriano the next opportunity. The only reason he's not getting it first is because he's given up a much higher home run rate this year. And we have to make sure this team is in the best shape possible. We have 2 Cy Young winners, many potential All-Stars, some of the best players in all of baseball this season. And let's continue. We got the Nationals up here in our first game of the day. We're going to start the day trying to pull off a late comeback against the Nationals. We're trailing by 1. Lined into right center field, and Ohapi has a hit. Johnny Grieve hitting 9th. 1 homer on the season. Xavier Edwards, who missed the first 6 weeks with an injury, has 3. Where did Johnny's power go? Johnny up the middle, and it's knocked down, but it looks like everybody will reach. Last season, Johnny hit a home run every 21 at-bats. That's basically 1 a week. And now we can't even get 1 a month. But he does help us continue. A good start to the inning for Doug Butcher now as we get this lineup flipped over again. Butcher sitting on 7 home runs. Had a really fast start out the gate. Cooled off since, but is still playing at a pretty high level. He has an 808 OPS, 14 stolen bases. Now he lifts one behind third, and it'll be playable in foul territory. The batter is Evan Carter with a 1-2 count. And he loops it to right. It drops in. Thought about it, but better off going back to load the bases. And of course, this lineup has changed, so Joe Brown is hitting behind Evan Carter and not Hank Holder. And Joe Brown hits a high drive. That's the deep left. And on the track, it is run down. It ties the game at 4. And now we get Connor Norby, who has 16 homers on the year, leading the team. 2 on, 2 down. Okay, that one might have been a little high. Strike 3. We'll get Kenny Norris into the game, and righties are hitting .375 off of him this season. Let's see if we can work on that a bit. Spencer Torkelson leads off the home half of the 8th. And no, we cannot work on that. And now Jenkins overruns the ball. Lefties, though, not hitting nearly as well, but in 2 pitches, Kenny gives up 2 hits. He just hasn't looked quite the same this year. Popped up as Norris gets Outman on an inside fastball. Good fastball from Norris. He evens the count on Keber Ruiz. And gets the chopper over to Johnny Grieve. There's a double play. Hank Holder leads off the 9th as we try to give us a 9th inning lead. Hitting .266. All right, that's a dangerous ball there. It's a base hit, sharply hit to left field. And he's taking off again. Strike 3, but Holder does move up. RBI chance for Xavier Edwards, who's only hitting .190 with runners in scoring position. Expect a little bit better with his high batting clutch rating. To right center, there's a hit, and Edwards will put us on top. Holder scores on the RBI double. Johnny Grieve lines to center. And we'll take a 1-run lead into the bottom half, and just after making the change at closer, it is time to see Chris Bubic get the opportunity. His first save attempt of the season. No, it's not. He's done it twice. His 3rd save attempt of the season. But now it's his first attempt as officially the closer. That's a little high. Gotta hit your spots, especially here in a 1-run game. Ketel Marte, deep but foul. Weekly hit, but in the right spot. Base hit. They'll run for him now and get some extra speed aboard for the 9-hitting Jose Gomes. Good changeup. Ahead 0-2. And driven to Jenkins in right. Catch is made. Reaching at 95. It's strike 2 on Seaver King. Changeup got him. That's strike 3. Trying to advance successfully. They'll get the runner into scoring position. Robert Lewis is the final hope for the Nationals. 5 homers on the year, hitting .271. Can't lay off the off speed. 1-2. Taken high. Reaching outside. Chris Bubic strikes him out, and that is a save. Marlins take this one and come from behind fashion. A nice victory for the Fish. And we'll see how this experiment unfolds the rest of the way. We got a month to go until the All-Star break, and we want to make a good push there. 13-2. Bullpen won't matter here. We hit 5 homers. Carter, Brown, Holder, Ohapi, and Johnny Grieve. He has number 2. We were rebuilding alongside the Nationals at the start of this series, but have certainly outpaced their rebuild efforts. They're in last place right now. We'll get a series here against the Mets. Tarek Skubal, Freddie Peralta. Skubal with a 2.03 ERA. And they're 5 games back. Hank Holder, another hot streak for him, hitting .353 in his last 9. Walker Jenkins, Evan Carter, both extremely hot. Xavier Edwards has a 10-game hitting streak. And we're getting good play out of Freddie Peralta. How good? Well, over his last 4, he's gone 25 innings, so close to 6 per outing. 24 strikeouts, 2.13 ERA, and a .99 whip. Let's see if Freddie can shut down New York, and if we can get after Tarek Skubal, who might now be in the running for Cy Young here this season. But a 3-run home run for Logan O'Hoppe is exactly what I had in mind. Now it's Hank's turn. It's a player lock game, your favorite. And a drive! Lifted to right center. Hank, number 17 on the season. Continuing what has been the best season of Hank's career. Peralta spotted 5 runs in the first. And they have already made a change in the second inning. We have Chase Skubal out. Aaron Savali is in. Got a piece of that one. Will be a tough play, but Hank is retired. Home run, Evan Carter. It's 11-0. And now 12-0. Peralta's first bit of trouble in this outing. It's the 5th inning. Runners at the corners. And nobody out. Here's Drew Gilbert grounding it to Peralta, and we'll get 2 while keeping the runner at third base. Back to the pitcher, and then he strikes out the next batter. What a game. Bottom 6, 2 aboard for New York. Freddie trying to maintain the shutout, and it's hit right to Holder. 6-4-3 double play. Peralta with another gem. And we'll jump in here in the 8th inning. It's 14-0. Holder's last at-bat, perhaps. And that was a good fastball, but he'll be retired. Peralta still has not exited the game. He's in the bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out away. Could look to go all 9. And it's bounced to Hank Holder. Fields throws 8 shutout frames. He doesn't get the 9th inning, and the Mets might actually score. Grounded. Holder will throw high at second. Hopefully not charged with an error there. That could hurt his all-star chances. They do give him an E6. We didn't need that. 14-2. We dominate New York and create our largest lead the division has seen this season. What a day for Evan Carter, going 4 for 5. We are the first team to 50 wins this season. The Rangers are the next closest at 48. Again, facing the Nationals, it's a 4-game set at home. Noble Meyer trying to get out of the inning here. Let's actually jump in. Meyer is the 5th starter, and he's had some challenges this season. He hasn't been bad, but he has given up a decent amount of home runs, which he always has. And his ERA is 4.76 with a 1.57 whip. So we've got to work on some things. But he's the 5th starter, and he hasn't been terrible. 2 aboard in the 2-run game, and popped up. Right back to him, infield fly rule. This one is headed to shallow left. Connor Norby is there, and we get out of the inning. It's 6 frames and a quality start for Noble Meyer. And the Marlins are taking care of business. We've won a lot of series and are beating up on teams that we should be beating. Peralta and his hot streak may now be done. We lost 11-1. The one being a Hank Holder solo. Peralta only goes 3, allowing 6. Kyle Harrison was our best pitcher a year ago and is now the favorite for the Cy Young Award. So let's jump into the 4th inning of his next start. 2 on, 2 down, and 2 strikes. Got him on the inside corner. What a slider. Strike 3. And that's the only situation given to us in this one. The Marlins take 3 of 4 from the Nats. Kyle Harrison goes 6. No runs allowed. Schmellenbach going deep against Milwaukee. We hold on for a 3-1 victory. Doug Butcher goes yard, and the save goes to Edwin Uceda. I've seen like 3 or 4 different players save games so far today. Sometimes the closer gets, used a lot and they need like the off day. But it looks like Bubic has given up runs in his last 2 outings. Overall, his last 10 looks fine though on paper. June is another very successful month. We go 17-10. Big game here against the Reds, kind of a playoff rematch. Let's jump into it. Freddie Peralta's on the mound. Ryan Ward was good in that playoff series last year. One of the only guys for this team that was. Oh, come on. Awful. No, try again. I'm giving you a chance to correct it. Unbelievable. Base hit Ryan Ward. This guy continues to be a problem. And the Reds have scored. Base hit right field now, Luis Campusano. Reds take the lead and move the runner over to third. This isn't what I had in mind. 1-2, big breaking ball, and strike 3. So we trail 2-1 facing Hunter Green. The Reds have some excellent top of the rotation arms. But can we tie the game up now? Runner on for Xavier Edwards. Edwards to right. It's caught. And Holder will move up to third. Logan O'Hoppe just grounds it on to short, and the lead is intact for Hunter Green. In the 5th inning, it's the same situation. Runner in scoring position, but now it's Joe Brown. Tied for first on the team with 18 home runs. Joe Brown is back. But he hits one weakly towards center, and Green will continue to leave runners in scoring position. We move to the 6th inning, and it's Hank Holder. Already a man on, that's Connor Norby. Base hit center field, squared that one up. Hit too sharply to try taking third. Insert Walker Jenkins, hitting .258. 15 homers for Jenkins. I'm sure we still lead the league in that department. On the ground, short, can't make the play, and we will send Norby home. The game is tied. 3 straight reach. Hunter Green in some trouble. They will pull him from the game and replace him. That is Sandy Alcantara. Whoa, wait a minute. He's coming out of the bullpen now, and he's dominant at it. I'm like, that guy looks familiar, but the role is not. He shifted into the bullpen where he might be even better. 2 on. Good pitch. Squaring. And the bunt is put down by Xavier Edwards. And he nearly reached. But we move both runners over. Do you like the bunt in that spot? Edwards certainly a good hitter for that spot, but I like the bunt sometimes. High drive from Logan O'Hoppe. I think we can tag on that. It's on the warning track. And we will head home and score, with the runner moving up now to third. Johnny Grieve, guys, 3 home runs now on this season. The power is back. Johnny Grieve to center. You got to do a little bit more on a high changeup, Johnny. Not Ryan Ward again. Bouncer to Joe Brown. Whew, that's over. Oh, man. You got to let that one go. I don't even take my own advice on that. Filthy. That changeup is so good. Great weapon against lefties. You can see the save leaderboards. Hunter Gaddis has taken the lead. Cole Sands at 25. Strike 3. Swinging. Freddie Peralta is through 7. Who knows? Maybe we meet this team again in the postseason. Doug Butcher pounds one to second. This will be a very tough throw. Then why'd he make it look so easy? That's Jackson Holliday. Evan Carter still the leader in WAR in the National League, ahead of Hank Holder. I knew Evan Carter had a lot of potential when we traded for him in this series, but I can't believe he's become one of the best players in baseball. He was an 81 when we acquired him, and his game has just been on a rocket ship ever since. Driven deep to center field, at the wall, and gone! A solo homer off our old friend Sandy. Carter does it again, 15 home runs on the year. Norby's going to try now. This is to the right center gap. Deep on the track. What a catch! Leaping up near the wall, Darryl Ingram. A superstar making a superstar catch. We really have something special in this series. I think it's become my favorite baseball series I've done, and we haven't even gotten to the World Series yet. Just an awesome team, a really fun experience in this franchise. Still enjoying the ride, almost 70 episodes in. Just kidding, I'm ready for it to be over. Home run. That's going to be it for Freddie Peralta, as we're going to make a move and bring Cole Sands in, and it's not a save situation. Yeah, we can still play his music, though. Jose Ramirez came over from the World Series winning Dodgers, because that's where he was the last, at least couple years. Can Cole Sands stop giving up home runs? Weekly hit. Edwards will make the play, and a good throw. Darryl Ingram, 21 homers, 255 average, an MVP candidate. He's a guy you want to pitch inside. Can you hit your spots when you attempt to do that, though? Okay, you might not have to. Holder cannot rob a hit from Ingram. Got him reaching. It's Anthony Santander. Uh-oh. That's how you give up home runs every save attempt there, Cole. Strike 3, looking on the bottom edge. Sure is a lot of power in this lineup. Now they go to Mark Vientos, who sends a scorcher to center. Ingram slides into third. And now we're looking for a way out of the 8th inning. Lefty, I think we will try to match. Here comes Kenny Norris then to clean up the 8th inning. ERA brought down to a 3.48. 99, and in there, strike 1. Good curve. Getting ahead of Holiday. Back to the heat. Just a piece. He struck him out at 101. Inning over. Hank Holder in the 8th inning. Looking to get us an insurance run off Josh Hader. Changeup got him, strike 3. 3-2 now on Walker Jenkins. If he reaches, Drew Jones could be used as a pinch runner. But Hader strikes him out. Xavier Edwards, nice swing. And a 2-out single. Edwards goes into right field. That's a base hit. Edwards will have third. Johnny. Is this who we want here? Johnny Grieve. Give me Shea Langoliers coming off the bench. Really haven't used him very much. He's been a good insurance policy behind the dish, but he's got some off the bench value. Okay. Maybe if I swing better, he does. He's under it, and that's the pitch we wanted to, and a good swing, but he missed his chance. Cam Smith will enter defensively at third base, and we will insert Chris Bubich. 4 saves over his last 10 games, and if you want to be this team's closer, how about this spot? A team we could run into again in October. Can you handle a 1-run lead versus Ryan Ward? Oh no, not Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward is like a mini boss in this series. Oh, that was so close. Bubich induces weak contact, 1 down. Campusano. Jenkins measures. Easy play. All up to Edwin Arroyo. He's a strike away. Didn't go. And Bubich overpowers him to win the game for Miami. Nice job and a classic Freddie Peralta Hunter Green matchup. Saw that one back in the NLDS last season. And we'll see you down the road, Cincinnati. That's just the start of the series. Maybe we'll do another one. But we've already won this one after a 3-1 victory. Holder homers. Harrison wins the game. Bubich does it again. They score 5 runs in this 3-game set, and in the postseason, they failed to score much against us. This time, Shane Baz goes 6 1/3. Nice win streak to start the month of July. This continues our stretch we had to close out June. 7 straight wins. Final road trip ahead of the All-Star break. The Blue Jays defeat us 7-5. O'Hoppe and Grieve do go yard. And we see Agustin Ramirez is hitting .275 still. Could be an all-star. 12-2 in the win that follows. Another error for Hank Holder, but win 11 for Shane Baz. Andreas Ruiz, a minor injury. He should be all right. And we've now reached the 2031 first-year player draft. I've been mostly identifying players that I think are good fits for us to take. Players that might be able to help us early in this series. So I have a couple players who rose on the board really nicely. Second baseman Charlie Green is the first player, who is a 4-year college player, comes in 5th on our board. Most of his value comes with speed and defense. Then we have Eli Dorta, the starting pitcher who goes from 60th on the MLB board to 6th on ours. And it looks like his starting overall has a chance to be pretty decent. And he's 18 years old. So we have starting pitchers that we could still look to take. But I've had to look a lot more at players graded between 20 and 50 to be prepared for our first few picks. Lon Schaefer is an outfielder who looks pretty well-rounded, but especially good with the defense and his strong arm. Projects to have an early starting overall, or a high starting overall. Byron Hollander is an interesting prospect because his entire overall is basically hitting. He's not a defensive player at all, so he could have a really good bat. I talked about Michael Bruno last episode. He looks to be a decent C-potential super utility guy, but if his contact is high enough, he might be a high average guy, and a lot of those utility guys struggle to reach base consistently. So that gives him a good bit of value even if his potential's on the lower end. And I imagine I'll at least try to draft 1 or 2 relievers. I've been taking a long look at the top relievers in each class. Gilberto Silva is one of the best from this year's. He could have 82 to 87 potential, high starting ERA, and really good strikeout stuff. But we got to see who's there. Maybe there's someone that falls. But all the way down to 27, I wouldn't count on it. Let's begin the MLB draft here in Season 7 with the New York Yankees, who won the lottery and select Gino Tabarne. Never seen that name before. Congratulations to them on the MLB ranked sixth ranked player at starting pitcher. Then at number 2, the Rockies will add on to their nucleus with outfielder Jason Root. And the third pick of the draft made by the St. Louis Cardinals, Wayland Fiorentino, starting pitcher. He was ranked 4th. But let's see how the rest of this falls, because here are the top players that were not selected in the top 3. I mean, the top 3 players are right there. All college experience, should have high starting overalls. And Lauren Fuqua goes number 4. I was just seeing on the ticker earlier he was projected to go number 1. So you can't always trust that. Domingo Ferreira goes 8th to the Astros. He was the 3rd ranked player. Lon Schaefer is taken by the Angels at 20. He was 12th on our board. The number 2 projected player went at 16 to the Tigers. So you just never know how this is going to unfold. And the final pick ahead of us, the Milwaukee Brewers at 26. They select Dante Pagan, and we are on the clock. And our 5th ranked player is there, the MLB's 20th ranked player. Now, Charlie Green looks like an intriguing prospect, but I wonder if the offense is going to be at all decent to start his career. The defense looks really good. Potential is going to be off the charts. But how long before he's a major league caliber hitter? Eli Dorta is 6th on our board, 1 spot lower. Very good walk and home run per 9 ratings, but control is one of his weaker skills. He has 77 to 92 potential, a 62 to 77 overall starting point. I think we're going to take Charlie Green in this spot. I do worry about his offense, but the defense looks great, and we could use some more young infielders in this system. So, unfortunately, he doesn't play anything else. With that level of defense, I think I'd actually be okay editing his secondary positions, because there's no way you're that good of a fielder, but, like, you can't play anything else. I guess his arm isn't strong. So, yeah, second base is his best position, but should it be his only? I'm drafting Charlie Green. I'm not sure why we get a competitive balance pick, but I'm not complaining. And the A's, the final pick ahead of us, select David Guerrero at right field. So we're going to be able to take the 5th and 6th ranked players on our board. We will select Eli Dorta. Can never have too many good starting pitcher prospects. On to our next selection here. We're at 63. And this is about the spot where I start to think about closers and relievers. Unfortunately, we already saw Gilberto Silva go. And he would have been an awesome pick in this spot. Could have been considered at 40. But I think here my favorite option out of who we have is going to be Byron Hollander, who gives us another DH option. Really good offense. Could back up Joe Brown. He is a 23-year-old prospect, though, so we're hoping the overall comes in higher in this range. But I am intrigued enough to take him. Michael Bruno went 2 picks later, so he's not available as we move on to our next pick at 104. And now the relievers have all left my board. In that case, we're just going to follow the board for this selection and draft Mariano Valdez, who is our next highest ranked starting pitcher and a lefty with 78 to 90 potential. We have to take some chances at relievers, though, late. Edmundo Ayala is going to be our selection here in round 4. And we'll follow it up again, Victor Bermudez. Does that say he's already been drafted before? I believe so. And we're just going to follow the board for our final selection, as I don't really have options elsewhere. Adrian Zamora will be our final pick in year 7. When we get to August 1st, we will take a look at those ratings. We're 1 day away from the Home Run Derby, and our leader is Connor Norby with 22 home runs, but he's tied with a bunch of players. There are 9 players with 22 homers or more, and 8 get to participate in the Derby. So let's try to get one here. Kyle Harrison pitches versus Jesus Luzardo, another former Miami pitcher. Harrison is 11-0 on the season. And we're going to see if Norby can get maybe one more home run to secure his spot in the Derby. He's on a big hit streak right now, trying to make it to his first All-Star game. Let's see if we can get him there. The average is up to 292. Norby has 64 RBIs. Good fastball from Luzardo. 913 OPS. And the second best batting average on the entire team. These pitches are kind of wicked. 3 straight. Just challenging him. All 3 swings and misses. Brad Cooley is up for the Tigers. Norby out in left field with 2 away, runner at third. That's a high drive, deep left field. Norby at the wall. He makes the catch. I don't want to see Harrison take a loss throughout the first half. Let's see if we can get him a run. No, that was my best chance. Norby pops out. We finally scored. And now runners at the corners. On the ground. That's one. And a double play. Not a great game at the plate. Luzardo's been really tough. Cooley now facing Harrison. He'll try again on a high drive. But Norby also gets to this one. Bases loaded, maybe? Nope, 2 on in a 3-0 game. Let's do this one more time. Fouled off, and now down 1-2. It's low, and strike 3. 0 for 4 for Connor Norby. He might get one more chance if we get a couple to reach. 9th inning. Just cannot put the ball in play right now. Good change. Strike 3. Bubic gets the save, and that is it for the first half. Miami victorious. Holder goes 4 for 4. And Kyle Harrison moves to 12-0 on the season. We have reached the All-Star break. And it looks like Connor Norby has made it to the Home Run Derby. All right, guys. Oh, this one is going to be in Colorado this year. We got our old friend Brent Rooker here as well. Norby makes it. Darryl Ingram, 22 homers. And it's our second time getting to play the Derby in this series with one of our players. I'd have to think that Norby is a bit of an underdog joining this field of MVP candidates and all-stars from years past. Let's see if he can shock some people, though. The top 4 advance to round 2. And we should see a lot of home runs here in Colorado, man. 456. Everybody's going to be getting the bonus. I think Brent Rooker has to be the favorite. He's just got that easy power. Been good for 40-plus home runs, 483. If we watched everybody here, we'd probably see some 500s. That one seems like it's going to have a chance. Man! So we skip ahead to Connor Norby. And right now, the leader is Yordan Alvarez with 18. The target for me is 16 because there's already 3 players who have hit 15. Dylan Cruz has been eliminated. Can we get 16 home runs? That was a bad pitch. Uh-oh, this is not a good start. Oppo? And, oh no, that's not good. All right, adjusting to the slower speed. 450, man. I thought that one might not go, and then it clears it easily. This is not the strongest start, though. We're going to have to go on a good run. And watch the energy, too. Might be a good time for a timeout after maybe the next homer. These pitches have not been great. There we go. Better swing, still not going. Timeout. Come on, Connor. That one is more like it. 418. Let's get this going now. 4 there. The format, though, is really friendly in the bonus time. Like, you can go on a run late in advance. On our best streak so far, a lot of these going to right center. Again, stop pitching away. We're trying to go to center now. The ball's just flying out of here. No, that's not it. That's 503. That one went 500. 456. So we have now top Dylan Cruz. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. 507 from Connor Norby. So now it's the bonus round. We get 3 outs. An extra out if we had a 425-foot homer. I think we need like 16, though. 12 doesn't advance us. We know that's an elimination. That one has to go. Left center doesn't go, and that is it. 507 feet from Connor Norby on his best, but that was a frustrating round. Could not pull the ball to left field. The pitcher, I don't think, did us any favors.
30 seconds left.
Ingram looking to advance, and he's had a nice stretch. That's going to tie him with Connor Norby at 12.
Oh, that's a monster home run.
Oh, God, that one is way back. 498. It's the bonus round, and I think Ingram just clinched his spot in round 2. 515. No one has hit more than Darryl Ingram. This is phenomenal. He's hit like 7 in a row here in bonus time. I'm sorry, 9. Darryl Ingram putting on a show in Colorado. Just got that one over. Are you really still going? And 28 is what Darryl Ingram ends up with. How's anyone going to beat that? So we watched him hit 28, and then the sim, he does the exact same. He's got to be the favorite against Alvarez. Darryl Ingram has become a superstar in the franchise. Selected 2 picks after we took Hank Holder, correct? Oh, yeah, he can go Oppo as well. That looked like it was jammed, and it's just gone. Maybe we won't see 28 this time, but it's still another really impressive round. Ingram at 15, and that might be it. Maybe. That was close. What a performance by Darryl Ingram. Does Alvarez have a chance? That's a foul pole homer. But Yordan Alvarez is going to have a chance to beat him. He's trailing by 9. It will come down to bonus time and just how hot will Alvarez be. He's one of the MVP candidates this season. Time running out. But I think this is a pretty good start to the round. He's going to get one more swing. On a line to center. No. All right, bonus round now. Alvarez under one. That one will not go. That's a homer. And that's going to get him the 4th out. He's down by 4. I don't know about that one. It is just off the wall. 2 outs remaining, and that one's gone. Alvarez now down 3. That is a line shot. Hard to do it there, though, in the right center gap. You need arc. That one is driven deep. And now he's within 2. But his next out would knock him out. Alvarez, 14 homers. Can he tie it? That's driven to center. And I think this one is going to go. He has tied Darrell Ingram. Can he win it? That will do it. Ingram comes so close, but Alvarez has won it. What a finale. I thought Ingram was taking the title. That was pretty fun. Just wish we could have gone on a better run there with Connor Norby. I'd also like to see how Hank Holder would perform in the home run derby. And now let's take a look at our All-Stars for this season. Kyle Harrison leads the National League in All-Star votes at the starting pitcher position. Shane Baz is in 5th. Harrison and Baz are in. Cole Sands is in. Those are the 3 pitchers that make it. Simeon Woods Richardson is the starter. Hank Holder has made it to the All-Star game. I think he was behind Ellie in votes, but they both end up making it. Hank Holder has finally earned an All-Star appearance. Darrell Ingram is there. Evan Carter. Joe Brown is an All-Star starter. After last season, that's amazing. Freddie Krueger is an All-Star. Garrett Hampson is an All-Star. 36 years old, 71 overall. Just made his first All-Star game. I guess the Pirates had to send somebody, and it isn't going to be Skeens because he's in San Francisco. Doug Butcher! Connor Norby! We got so many All-Stars this year! Doug Butcher in his first full season has just made it. And Connor Norby, another great moment for him. I forgot to change the stadium. It defaults it to Atlanta, whereas the Home Run Derby rotates it. So I always try to follow what the Derby is, but I forgot. It's in Atlanta. So we have this year 8 All-Stars for the Marlins. Usually we get 1 or 2, maybe 3 in a good year. There is Hank Holder after 19 first-half homers. Now, does he still go on the big second-half tear? We'll see. That's hit down the line, drifting toward the seats. It's a catch. I'm going to jump in here with Zach Gallen because we're pitching to Augustine Ramirez, who is an all-star starter with the American League. Who saw this coming? Well, most of you that have watched the series and have seen so many players leave and then have their best season ever, you're not surprised. Base hit Augustine Ramirez. He drives in the second run for the AL. You know what? Let me have an at-bat with Darrell Ingram, because there's an alternate universe out there where I took him over Hank Holder. There were certainly people that wanted to see it happen. Ingram was a generational outfield prospect, and he's ended up being much more of a power hitter than Hank Holder throughout his career, although that gap has been closing. Good pitch. Ingram is retired. Evan Carter in the second, a 2-2 count. This one's on the ground. Good pitch from Grayson Rodriguez. And a first All-Star appearance for Joe Brown. I just wanted to see him be a solid starting first baseman again. He's been even better and hits one out to left field. It's hit well, but not well enough. Kyle Harrison enters with a 12-0 record, 2.65 ERA. We're taking home a lot of awards this year, and we'll see if there are more at season's end. 8 All-Stars, though, is probably a channel record. I'm not sure I ever got there in any past series. 5 position players, too. Weakly grounded toward Ozzie Albies. Out. 94 there on the outside fastball. Can Harrison pick up an all-star strikeout? How do you take that pitch? All-star hitters are different. The 2-2 is lined to right in front of Darrell Ingram. Oh, he threw it to Hank Holder. God, can I get like a handshake between the two? That would be an epic thumbnail. How do I set that up? Driven out to Evan Carter. And he runs this one down. And Harrison strikes out Jordan Westburg for a good inning of work. And now it's Shane Baz's turn to enter the game. He's also in the Cy Young conversation. And he'll face Augustine Ramirez in the 4th. We don't even have a hit yet. We got 5 all-star hitters. We better get a hit today. Big cut there and missing Augustine Ramirez. And it's a weak tapper. Ethan Salas will make the play and get him. Weak grounder from Dylan Cruz. 2 down. Baz versus Bobby Witt. And it's a drive out to Alvarez, and he runs it down. Good inning for Shane Baz. That's popped up. Hank Holder now 0 for 2. Why are these pitchers in the All-Star game so good? Joe Brown ends up drawing a walk, so someone's reached finally. And let's get Connor Norby into the All-Star game. Oh, come on, man. On the ground, up the middle. And Norby is doubled up. Come on, guys, let's score already. And I'm keeping the Marlins hitters in. Hank Holder, runners at the corners. Right center. That should at least be a run. And it's off the wall. That's a hit. Holder to second. Ohtani sprints into third, and that's an RBI. Hank Holder with his first all-star hit. And Kyle Tucker just unloaded. That's out to right. 3-run homer. We're getting back in this game. We got to get excited about this one. I mean, our team is made up of 8 Marlins. Connor Norby in the 7th. That's what I'm talking about. First time All-Star. He's going to make it count. Home run. He just keeps getting better and better. Oh, high five! They almost did it. They cut away. I almost got my wish. Why weren't they next to each other in the dugout? Come on. Can't wait to do this. Pinch hitting Shohei Ohtani for Doug Butcher. As we get another All-Star into the game. The young Doug Butcher. First All-Star appearance against Mason Miller. That's driven out to left. Has a little carry, but it's run down by Aaron Judge. Mason Miller versus Hank Holder. No way, 103. And then a slider off of it. That's not even fair. Tucker homered again. And now it's suddenly a one-run game. From 7-0, the National League is coming back. Outside. Would you rather face Evan Carter or Darryl Ingram 3-1? Popped up at 103. Actually caught up to it. But that is going to be it for the 8th inning. Here he is, Cole Sands in the 9th inning of the All-Star game. It was just a strange first half for him. Saved a lot of games, but the home runs were too much. The regression is real. It was time for a change. Nice pitch. But now the rest of the way we want to see what is his role going to be. Good strikeout of Edmund Vina. Grounded past Freddie Krueger into left field. Now flied, and Ingram backs up to make the catch. 2 down for Josh Young. Sands feeling pretty good in this outing. And he strikes him out. That's one of the best innings we've seen from Cole Sands all season. Due up, 3 Marlins. Johan Diaz, 34 of 36. This is the Twins' new closer. And he's been on a meteoric rise. So we got our work cut out for us here trying to win this game. In the bottom of the 9th, we're down 1. It's on the Marlins to save the day. Carter flies. Out to left, harmlessly, out number 1. Joe Brown. Tough play at short. He's way on the grass and still gets him. No way. That was the farthest throw I've seen a shortstop get an out on. No way. Just a bad swing. And the Miami Marlins are unable to defeat the American League All-Stars, losing 7-6. That was a terrible ending. But a lot of fun to see that we had 8 players make it this year. And it just shows you how far this team has come and that this is truly the best version of the team yet. And we're hoping this is our year. We'll get our first round pick signed, Charlie Green. We'll get Mariano Valdez signed. And Adrian Zamora. We'll work on getting this class fully signed. But that is going to do it for the first half this season. At 65-32, we are the number 1 team in baseball. We have the highest batting average, the second most runs scored, the most home runs. Tampa Bay is in second place. And our pitching is really good as well. Our team ERA ranks 5th. And we'll see if there are any moves to be made before the trade deadline. Do we need to add another reliever? Do we end up having to replace someone who gets hurt unexpectedly? Chris Bubich was one player we focused on today, given he now becomes the closer. He has 9 saves, 0 blown, and 7 of those saves came after he was put into the 9th inning role. He's been outstanding. Cole Sands has still posted the worst advanced metrics out of any of our pitchers. Ben Joyce behind him, then George Soriano, and it's all because of home runs given up. Kenny Norris has been able to rebound. Looks like he's been in outstanding form, especially over his last 10 games. The Schmellenbach move has been a success. Haven't talked about him a whole lot. Shane Baz, Freddie Peralta, Kyle Harrison, excellent top 3 pitchers for us this season. And with all these all-stars on offense, this feels like the team that needs to go get the job done. So thank you all for watching. We'll get on to the second half next time, go through the trade deadline, and see if anything pops up in the final couple months. I don't think that this needs to be many episodes, maybe 1 if it's just kind of standard. If there's a major injury or a huge story pops up, then maybe we slow it down. But otherwise, I think we try to get this thing to October. Thank you all for watching. Please leave your feedback and subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all in the next episode.